Alright, let's hope this works out the way that I think it will work out and the way that I hope it will work out. Give me just 1 second. Let me reach on over here. Hello, friends. I ain't really got much time for a whole lot of hooting and hollering and finansies. Huh, weird. Okay, anyway. Get in here, kiddos. We painting. Link below. Okay, so I'm actually coming into this with a plan, which is real weird. I don't usually do that. Boom, boom, boom. I probably abused hashtags on Twitter. I still don't really know Twitter all that well. Bow, bow, bow. Cool beans. Alright, we're just gonna put that to the side. Okay. Here we have the Ghoul from Massive Darkness 2. He's a Roman monster. So Massive Darkness is a beat-em-up board game. You come in with a party of adventurers and you just try to kill everything in the goddamn dungeon. That's it. That's the plot. There's darkness. You're a light bringer. Kill it. So, sometimes the ghoul can show up to try to ruin your day. I haven't, unfortunately, had a chance to play yet. I backed it on Kickstarter because the miniatures are really cool. I'd heard okay things about Massive Darkness 1 from a couple other YouTubers, and I wanted to try it out. And for what I paid, it feels like it was very much worth it. So we are going to start off with the ghoul's skin. And let me try to get a little bit more comfy here. Ooh, I might have screwed up. Hold on 1 second. I gotta maneuver some stuff. I need a good place to put my elbows. After all, this ain't no fancy dinner with the queen. I'm gonna put my elbows on the table and no one can stop me. Yeah, put that to the side there, put that to the side there. Oh no, you saw my arm. Immersion broke. Wah. Okay, that should be good enough. Ah, look at this guy. He's big, he's scary, he's ghouly. Hold on 1 second. Let me zoom out a little bit. Whoa, that's almost too far. Nope. Come back over here. No, okay. Good enough. Good enough, I think. Alright, so the ghoul's got 2 main parts that I want to hit. Or 2 main parts that I'm going to try to be really careful of. I'm trying to go for a rather simplified color scheme. So we've got the flesh, and then we've got the stonework. And those are the 2 big parts. Beyond that, we've got other small things like the tentacles and the leather straps, and I just realized I did not actually get out a brown to do a leather color, so we're going to figure something out. If necessary, though, I can turn around and get one. But we are just going to start off with the main body of this boy. I'm using slightly thinned Undead Flesh from Scale 75. Just realized I did not get out of color to do the wrappings either. Oops, that's what I get for having my fajitas. My fajitas. Fajita, what does the scouter say about his deliciousness? But the goal of this part right now is we're just trying to get a nice even coat over him. Because this is for a board game and I'm not planning on submitting this to any contest. You know, I'm not super concerned about how pretty it looks. This brush is actually too small. So I'm going to upgrade real quick. Where did I put my brush cover? Brush cap. You. Your boy. There you are. As usual, my model doesn't know what to do whenever I duck down to find something. Oh well, I'm going to upgrade to the big boy, to the size 2. I'm sorry, the size 4. I think this is actually the first time I'm using the size 4 now that I think about it. I bought this set a couple months ago, and I'm not gonna lie, I've sort of been scared to play with it because they're fairly expensive. Like, this brush set was like $42 for 4 brushes. It's because they're sable. Okay, I'm not actually all that concerned about dodging all of his little boils because I'm going to be painting over them anyway. That's the benefit to starting from the outside and going in, is you can fix mistakes. So ostensibly painting over the boil would be a mistake, but since I'm going to be painting over it anyway, it doesn't matter. Big thonks. In addition to what I'm doing is I am starting with this Hellbound Flesh, and then I'm gonna give it a blue tint. I want something that looks vaguely disturbing and undead. The honest to goodness hardest part is going to be the stonework. And I don't know how I'm going to do that. I mean, I know what I want to do, but truth be told, I've never really had a lot of luck doing obsidian before. And since this guy looks so Mayan, so Mesoamerican, Central American, I really want to do obsidian. With like bright jade rune work. That's the goal. And then I'm going to top it all off by having him stand on a lava base, because those are sort of my baby right now, and I'm trying to perfect them. Or if not perfect, get significantly better at, because I have some stuff coming that I paid too much money for that requires me to know how to do that effect. I mean, not paid too much money for it. I paid the right amount of money for it. This is an expensive hobby. It's golf for nerds. Let's be real. Golf for nerds. But I also got news today that another Kickstarter game that I backed 2 years ago is finally starting to ship. The last container has arrived at port, which means I should be getting a shipping notification within the next couple of weeks, which means I have more fucking miniatures coming. Oh no, what have I done? My chickens have come home to roost. Please let me know if audio is a little bit weird. I have to hold my desk in a slightly weirder setup than usual, so it may be that I'm too far from the mic. Just let me know, and I will do my best to fix it. Continuing to paint, applying a thin coat. Can't believe I forgot the color for bandages. Okay, I can't really see anything. Any exposed skin on the arms. So we're just not going to worry about it. I need the Spotify plugin for OBS. This is a new OBS scene setup, and I don't have everything 100% correct yet. I need a couple things actually set up for OBS. I need whole new scenes and the whole 9 yards. I need to reach out to my friend Storytaker at the end of this month. Oops. Yeah, it's okay. We can make mistakes at this stage. That's fine. More than fine, in fact. It is preferred. I need to wash this brush here in a second. That was actually a really interesting tip I heard from Mr. Vince Venturella, who has a series of absolutely outstanding hobby cheating videos. But he said one of the key tips that he doesn't see newer miniature painters doing, and I consider myself in that range, is that they're not washing their brush enough. I can definitely see how that becomes a problem.
Allstate, where you can save just by being you. DriveWise and the Allstate mobile app gives you personalized driving feedback, and by adding it to your policy, you can save for driving safe just by being yourself. Allstate. Here, better protection costs a whole lot less. You're in good hands with Allstate. Click, call, or visit allstate.com to save today.
Not available in every state. Savings based on DriveWise and other safe driving discounts. Savings vary. Subject to terms and conditions. Allstate Fire and Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates, Northbrook, Illinois.
The reviews are in. Disney and Pixar's
Hold on.
turning red is one of Pixar's best films.
All right.
How do you know?
Want me to read some?
I don't really have the energy to deal with that. 1 second. One second. One second. I have a brush in my mouth. Alright, we're just gonna keep going. It's gonna be a little bit quiet for a second. Actually, you know what? I'm probably gonna get muted for this because I was a dum-dum and I didn't plan ahead. Thank you. Jesus. Why can't I? Alright. Stream. There. I will. That is not enough. That is the bare minimum. I will do better next time. Excuse me. Anyway, just continuing on here. I don't want to be doing that. That sort of feathering motion is bad on the brush. I really need a set of wireless headphones. That's what I should go get. So speaking of like chill or relaxing music, if anybody here has played Minecraft recently, did they update their background OST? Because it feels like it's gotten so much more epic in caves and cliffs. Alright, we're just gonna apply. We need to apply thin layers. To the tail. Twist the brush to a nice tip. And just keep going. And what we want to avoid doing is what I just did there, which is painting over a wet or drying surface. You want to paint from the wet edge to the wet edge. And these are acrylic paints, so they'll dry really quickly. It's kind of a problem, truth be told. But if you paint over an already drying layer, you're going to tear it up. And that's going to cause unwanted texture. And I realize the incredible irony of someone new to painting as myself giving out advice, but these are mostly areas where I have failed and where I hope that you do not fail. Touch, 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 touch. Touch, 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 touch. Wipe, 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 wipe. Roll, roll, roll. Give the brush a good night kiss. Okay, I do gotta get in under there, and I gotta get his ghoulies. The ghoulies, ghoulies. I realize that technically, you know, players might not see those areas, but I will know if they're not painted, and it will cause me no end of grief and anger. And the inside of his other knee. Everybody say hi to his knee. Hi, knee. Forgive me. Paint fumes are making me go loopy. And then we gotta get his undercarriage. Preferably not screw it up. All right, that's looking real good. I like that. It's a nice solid layer. Let's just go back in and give it a little bit of a touch up, just to catch some extra areas. Step 1. Areas like here. Really want to build this color. Make sure it's a good solid foundation for the horror I will unleash upon it here in a second. So I don't quite know what the best approach is for miniature painting, and what I mean by that is what I still haven't really decided is if assembly lining it is the way to go, by which I mean, you know, I'll do all the base layers, then I'll do all the shading, then I'll do all the highlights and call it a day. Or if finishing an area, so like doing the fully completing the skin tone and then starting on the armor, if that's the way to go. I'm not 100% certain. So consider this an experiment. I think I can make the bandages work without having to go back and get more paint. I'll have to switch to my small brush though to do that. That's okay, that's what it's there for. One of the best things that I've been trying to work on that'll really improve the quality of any paint job is being much more careful with division between areas. Making sure there's a clear overlap on like the wrappings on his leg versus the skin tone, things like that. But I do not often have the greatest control. The other thing I've learned that I really wish somebody had been kind enough to point out to me is that the way you hold your brush can have such a big effect. And I know that sounds like, oh, Claude, you dummy, duh. But what I mean by that is I would hold my brush like here, and I lose a lot of control. So I'm trying to get into the habit of holding it much closer to the brush tip. Which works for me because I have poor vision that I refuse to correct, because that would involve going to the doctor and admitting my weaknesses. And I can't do that for obvious reasons. It's because I'm awesome. I'm perfect. Okay, so here's what I'm thinking. Thinking we take a little bit of graphite and maybe mix that a little bit with the dark purple? Question mark? Why? Why didn't I get an open one? Ha! Got it. Alright, let's see here. Man, my brush tip is hooking. How do I keep doing that? I think that looks fine. I don't think it's going to clash with any other colors I've got on here. So, let's give it a... I didn't catch that one. Oh, no. Oh, jeez. Oh, there it is. My God, I keep knocking bristles out of alignment. Stop. Good enough. Alright. I'm gonna go back to the 2. Tex! How you been, buddy? It is. My God, it's been an age and a day since I've done this on stream, hasn't it? I'm painting up the Ghoul from Massive Darkness. Look at this boy. He's big. Honestly, I kind of love this model. When the Kickstarter was first going on 2 years ago, I was sort of meh on him. Like, I was like, it's the Ghoul. He's like, okay. And then I actually got to looking at him in real life, in the flesh, and I was like, oh my goodness. What a lad. The whole, like, Mesoamerican Mayan aesthetic he's got going on honestly really works. This game's got a bunch of great figures. I was actually really impressed. For a Cool Mini or Not game, for a Cool Mini or Not game, they really went all out. Like, I've heard some complaints about Cool Mini or Not plastics before. Some of the heroes are kind of small, but they're fine. So colors-wise, what I'm thinking is the stonework is going to be like obsidian. So black stonework with glowing green drawn lines. The skin I'm going to hit with a dark blue wash. And then I'm going to highlight it up with a lighter green-gray. And the bandages, I'm going with this beaten purple sort of deal. I don't know, the intent behind that is that purple was once upon a time like a color of royalty. And I feel like with the armor and the stonework around this thing, I can headcanon it being some form of royalty or revered beastie at one point. I'm mostly thinking this sort of beaten purple, because when I sat down I realized, oh shit, I didn't take out a tan or a brown. Hoops. This is good. I was talking to a friend of mine. He's submitting a couple miniatures to a contest in September that I flaked out on last year because I'm a wimp. I don't want to flake out this year, so. Is that Chef Justice? Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Justice? Oh, you flatter me. Justice, how you doing, buddy? Happy... what is today? Wednesday? Today's Wednesday. It is Wednesday, my dudes. Hope you guys have had a good week so far. Haven't had anything unnatural or bad pop up. Unless it's like hot succubuses in your area, in which case call me. Because I would like to see that. Ba-doop-doo. Justice, you're right. It actually is kind of hot. I was sweating a little bit earlier. Tex, you took notes? You fucking nerd. Oh my god, everybody look at the nerd taking... No, I'm kidding. Sorry. Did he have